just gonna wait and see does anyone come on. So is that horizontally or vertically? Or can't you see nothing yet?
Can't see anything yet. I put a comment on it straight away, going, can't wait.
God, I'm boiling.
That's me.
I don't know whether it's live or whether it's not.
Yeah, you sat there, Sam.
Oh, is he? Hello. Welcome to me live, my very first live. I hope everyone's all right and had a lovely Christmas. I'm just sitting here in me lodge. Look at my view. How gorgeous is that? Yeah, and if you believe that, you believe Stormy. So, me live. So, first of all, I hope everyone has had a lovely Christmas, as I say. I am nervous, so you'll have to be kind with me. I haven't got anything planned. Not unplanned, just unscripted. It's just got it to be first live. I thought, bite the bullet and just go for it. So, New Year. We're in like that Christmas sort of, Christmas limbo, I call it. Crimbo limbo, you know, before you're in between Christmas, aren't you, and New Year. And you sort of like don't know what day it is. You're just sick of eating everything you eat, and then you go, we've got this in the cupboard, that in the cupboard. The fridge is bursting, isn't it, with all your shopping, and you still send out for a takeaway. We sent out for a curry tonight, and you know, as I'm eating the curry, I don't even enjoy it. And I'm thinking, I bet too much, absolutely too much. So I'd like to know how your Christmas went, so let me know in the comments below. And if you're watching for the very first time, or if you've come across this on a replay, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, because I do have a few rants through the week. And also, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, what you're waiting for? So hit the subscribe button, and if you tap the little bell, because my sister said to me, she said, I haven't subscribed because you've got to pay. And I said, no, you haven't got to pay. Look at me, bribing my sisters to subscribe to me. You haven't got to pay at all. It's all free. Subscribing is free. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. So, what have you all done for Christmas? I'd like to know that. And the other thing is, oh yeah, do you love my Christmas tree? Yeah, it's not the traditional, is it? Not the traditional Christmas tree, but my house is quite modern, so I do have like a modern Christmas tree. Okay, grumpy snapper, I got a cold, brandy sauce, I did. Yeah, good old brandy, eh? Yeah. I haven't had a drink. I haven't had a drink all over Christmas, not one. Or did I? No, I think I had a little glass of wine with me dinner, and I mean like that, because I was that tired after doing all the dinner. So yeah, so what I've come on to talk about, although it's unscripted, I have got a few little notes here, because I'm not very professional. I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a studio. I haven't even got a microphone. I'm just using my phone. And how I got to start my channel was, I was just fed up of ranting, just saying, oh, I'm sick of this, sick of that. So what I ended up doing was getting my phone out and starting a channel. And then, thank you, Clobber Magazine, Natural, thank you. And then I thought, do you know what? If no one listens, it doesn't matter. If no one's on me live, it doesn't matter. I just want to rant or something. And I ended up, I've got 3,000, something like 3,400 people subscribed. So I'm absolutely delighted. And it's made me, what it's made me do is it's made me watch the news more and find out what's going on in the world. Not that I didn't before, but I just really like ranting. I like telling people what I think. And anyway, what I want to talk about today is, I think everyone's talking about it, is fat R. I was going to say it the other way, but fat R, and how the audacity of Keir Starmer. Honestly, Keir Starmer just quiz on a Saturday evening at 8 AM. Come on, join me. I will do grumpy super snapper music or something, what you call it. I can't really see you. So the audacity of him saying that his government have made it priority to get this fat R back into our country. Now, when you think about it, I think there's a lot more, isn't it, that can be prioritised in our country. The likes of the NHS, that I'm constantly ranting about, the NHS. I got an MRI scan on the 23rd of September, and I didn't get my results. They rang me with my results. The surgeon rang me with my results for my hip on the 22nd of December at 5:40. So that's nearly 3 months I waited for an MRI result. Okay, so I go on about that. So you go priority, getting fat off back into the country. So you've got the NHS should be a priority. You've got people waiting, you've got to go and queue up at the doctors. I feel sorry for the old people that've got to queue up at the doctors at 7:30, 8 o'clock. You can't just ring up because you can't get an appointment. So you have to go and queue up at 7:30. You get to the desk sometimes and they say, no, we haven't got any more appointments. So people can't get a doctor's appointment. Then you've got housing, the social housing problem. Is that not a priority? Oh no, fat R's got to come back into the country. Okay. Now, the housing, my daughter's been on the social housing list on Property Pool for 5 years, waiting for a house. Is that not priority, Stormy? Okay, so lying about not knowing about FASR tweets, yeah, I was going to come to that, Richard. So, first of all, he said that he made it out of touch and out of depth, of course. First of all, he said he's made it his priority since he took over government. So that's what they've been working towards, getting Bassart back in the country. So I wanted to talk about that. And then, as I say, it's like double standards, isn't it? So I done a little video today, and I couldn't get my words out. I was that angry. You've got double standards. He says he's a human rights lawyer, so he's getting fat or he's thinking about his human rights. What about Lucy Connolly's rights? I get all my words mixed up. Sometimes I can't get my words out. Lucy Connolly's rights. What happened to her rights? She put a tweet up, and then she thought better of it, didn't she, and took it down. And she was angry. There was what had happened in Southport. I don't know what I can say and what I can't say on this YouTube. But what had happened in Southport, righteous anger. And she put a tweet up out of anger. And then she got 31 months in prison. And she said she took it down. She realised that, it was too much. She shouldn't have done it. Peter Lynch, we all know what happened to Peter Lynch, don't we? A grandfather that was put in prison for opening his mouth, and he never came home, did he? So what I wanted to ask is, who decides? Because apparently Fat Arse now has come out and said that he's sorry. He apologises for wanting to be very violent against police, against white people, against Jews. So he's come out and he said, I'm sorry, I was younger, I was angry, it was taken out of context. How can such tweets be taken out of context? And if that was the case, who decides? Who decides on how dangerous the content is? And who decides whether you really meant it or you really didn't mean it? Lucy Connolly meant it, but Fat Arse didn't. Who decides that? Okay, so honestly, I was just thinking to myself, priorities. What else have I got on my little thing? Double standards, yeah. And Peter Lynch, and let me just say, because I'm only new to this, aren't I? So I have got to refer to my notes. British. He said he was British. No, he's not British. He's not British. He's Egyptian. He actually he applied for his British citizenship, didn't he, while he was in prison? Now I don't know whether it was in 2021 or 22. So I'm sure you'll let me know. but he applied for his British citizenship. So he's not British at all. So why are they saying he's British? And why is Stormer, right, I'm not going to do my notes now, I'm just going to freestyle it. Why is Stormer so hell-bent on helping him and then putting our nation at risk? Because you've seen the tweets, you've seen what he said about us, you've seen what he wants to do. But does it matter? The people who put the tweets up and was in prison, they pleaded guilty. I understand that, and that's why they went to prison. One gentleman did not plead guilty to his tweets, and he was left free from the court. I understand that. I know that Lucy Connolly actually pleaded guilty, and she must have had some bad advice because she shouldn't have pleaded guilty. But what I'm saying is, he doesn't get to plead nothing. He just says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'd done that. I didn't mean it, and it was taken out of context. So I think these are just my views. Don't forget, you know, I always say on the end of every video, agree or disagree. We can keep it respectful, okay? We can keep it respectful in the comments. I do appreciate that. But you can agree or disagree. They're just my views. They're just my views, my observations. But I always say, let me know in your comments below. And as I say, I always try to ask everyone to be respectful. And as I say, this is just my first live. I'm sure there'll be plenty more. I'll have to get myself a microphone, won't I? And a proper little room or something like that. But yeah, I just wanted to, I just wanted to break the mould and go live. I don't really care if anyone's listening to, well, I know a couple of people, Matthew Delaney, Clobber Magazine and Grumpy Sapper Music are listening to me. And you know what? That's fantastic. Thank you very much. But is anyone else really angry about it? What do you think should happen? What do you think Stormer should do? I know I've seen a few people coming out now. You sound great. Thank you. Maybe I shouldn't have to get a microphone then, Grumpy. I know a few have backtracked now, haven't they? I haven't really kept up with it today because I've been busy. I've been using my new face mask. I've done a little video. I got a face mask off my partner for Christmas, so I've been doing that. But I know a few of them, haven't they? Who's the ones that have backtracked and said, oh, if I knew that, of course he knew it. Egypt have even said now, haven't they, that he knew. Of course he knew. Yeah, deport the guy, that's what I say. Should resign and stand trial. Yeah, absolutely. Where the comments of an angry young man. He was 29. 29, yeah, he's old enough to know, isn't he? But the other thing is that, will he get deported? Do you think he'll get deported? Do you think it'll all be revoked? Or do you think that Stormer will double down? We know what he's like, don't we? But I just don't get it. I just don't get it how they didn't know. Well, Egypt has said now, haven't they, that he did know. But we didn't need to know. Why did he stand up there gloating? Like the cat that got the cream, saying, I'm absolutely delighted because we've been working on this. This has been our top priority. He didn't need to say that, did he? But he did. So I'm just thinking, do you think he'll double down? That's what I'm saying anyway. But yeah, get stripped of his citizenship. Of course he should. Of course he should. Stormer will double down. He always does. He's a very stubborn and arrogant man. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Clobber. He really is. And that'll be his downfall, I think. But I for one, am absolutely fed up. I watch a few of the, you know, the YouTubers. I love Angry Bootneck, absolutely love him. He did invite me onto his channel, and all I done was laugh at him. He's just a funny guy, but he gets his point across in a fantastic way. And I watched Silver Fox and Preston Journalist. I watch Maya Tusi. I watch all the YouTubers, June Slater. Someone called me a Timu June Slater the other month, and I said, oh, you couldn't have said a nicer thing, thank you, because I really admire it. And I watched them, and on the thumbnails it's all Stormer must go. Oh, this is it, he's done it this time, Stormer will go. But he hasn't, and he's still here. So how long is it gonna be before he's gone? Do you know what I mean? I just think if all the, you know, when you think about it, it's like treasonous, isn't it? Is it treason? Yeah, is that how you say it? That he's bringing people into this country that he knows are gonna be like dangerous to us, aren't they? Same background as Massey. I'm from the same background as Massey. How are you, Grumpy? Yeah, Middlesbrough he's from, isn't he? Yeah. Someone's saying that Stormer's like a turd that won't flush. I'd say so, yeah. A mighty big turd that won't flush. Yeah, they're just the arrogance of him. Honestly, it's unbelievable, isn't it? But as I say, I think, do you watch Audit and Britain? No, I don't. No, I don't. Is he good to watch? Yeah. There's a few that I do watch. There's Granny, is it Granny Grumpy or something like that? I watch someone like that. There is a few that I watch. But as I say, I'm sick of seeing thumbnails saying, that's it, Storm is finished. And he's still here. Storm knows the square who's a sod all. Of course, yeah. Hello, another channel which I highly recommend is the Scouse Oracle. Yeah, another fantastic young Scouse lady. Yeah, I think so. I think I've seen her. But as I say, this is just my first one. I don't know how to script it. I'll just like freestyle it. I thought I'll just talk as I would if I was doing a video. Do you know what I mean? If I was talking to my friends and having a rant to my friends about property pool, about the NHS, about the doctors, about the dentist. Don't talk to me about dentist. You can't even get a dentist, can you? But hello everyone to in the chat. Hello. British Stand is good, yeah, I watch him. But you know, like the dead fancy, aren't they? The way they have the screen and they can put they put things up on the screen, you know, like the tweets, and I don't know how to do that. I haven't got a clue. I'm not very technical. All I know how to do is just to look in the phone and just talk, and that's all I know. I did ask Matt of the Angry Bootleg what he used, and he told me, and when I went on I was like, really? I didn't have a clue. Someone had have to walk me through it. Do you know what I mean? Grumpy, his daughter, is a dentist in the Philippines. Really? So she's not a is she British? Yeah, and she's in the Philippines. Yeah, dentists around here, you just can't get any. Yeah, honestly. I just think that Starmer is a puppet, basically. Yeah, he is. But a very stubborn puppet, isn't he? He doesn't seem to be wavering at all. Do you know? I think he's arrogant. And all this with the Ukraine, them rent boys, where have they gone? What's happened to them? And I always thought, how did they know? Because would you know where to go? I'll ask anyone that's watching or anyone that's watching on the replay, would you know where to go if you wanted to burn Starmer's front door or back door, as the case may be? Because I wouldn't, or his car or whatever. The Global magazine said I've got a mouth. I've got a mouth like a witch doctor's necklace because I can't get it. Really? It's bad, isn't it? You should just ring around and try and get one. Yeah, what AY audit is worth following. Yeah. Hi Sue from Mr. Invisible. Hi Sue and all from Mr. Invisible. Hello Marty, how are you doing? So yeah, we're just talking about Stormy, because every channel that you go on, aren't they? They're all talking about Stormy. I've got a TikTok channel, which I've got quite a lot. I've got about 59,000 followers on my TikTok, but I don't think it's like for political. Well, it is for some, but me, I can't seem to grasp people in. I think it's just all for funny dancing and getting on with things like that, isn't it? She's half British, half Filipino. She doesn't want to work in the UK. Can you blame her? Can you blame her though? I live in Dubai and we'll bring her here. Lovely. Whereabouts in Dubai do you live? That's nice, isn't it, Dubai? Do you think a lot of people, there's supposed to be like loads of people leaving the UK now, isn't it? I haven't got stats in front of me or whatever. But would you leave if you had the chance and you had a job elsewhere, or if you've retired and you could afford to do that, or you had young children? Would you retire? Would you leave the country? Would you leave the UK? And if so, where would you go? Where would you go? I don't know where I'd go. At this moment in time, I think I'd go to Poland, because very patriotic, aren't they? And you can still say what you want. But it's hard. It's a hard one, isn't it? Because everywhere in Europe is all the same. I'm sick of seeing the same old crap, the same old thing in every country, even Australia. You know, the other side of the world, they're suffering, aren't they? And I don't know whether I'm allowed to say on here they're suffering from what, but people that are watching and know what I'm talking about, So, what's this? Clobber magazine. You'd have to know him personally in order to know where Starmer's car and his gaff was. Clearly, it's where he entertained the rent boys. Yeah, good points, because I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know where to get Starmer's car, or how to burn his front door or back door or wherever they burnt. I wouldn't know where to do that, would you? So, but what happened to them? And the other thing is, why? It all fits in, doesn't it? It all fits in nicely, because I'm thinking, loving the help house Alfasar. I bet Starmer's wife is loving that help out of, yeah, of course. The thing is, where it all fits in is, I think that now wanting to get rid of the juries, okay, is that for when them boys are getting tried? You just never know, do you? You never know. It's like a game of chess, isn't it? That you've always got to stay one step ahead of them all the time. One step ahead. So I'm thinking now, with the wanting to get rid of the juries, is this because them 3 lads are going to be going on trial? Get rid of them because we don't have to hear their stories then, do we? Think about it. And don't even talk to me about David Lammy. What the... Yeah. But think about, if Starmer went, who would we get? Who would we have? Who's the second in command now? Is it Mahmoud, is it? Mahmoud? I can't remember, is it? See, I don't know. I'm not very political. Okay, so Starmer never tries to engage with the public. He's too scared. I know he sends a spokesperson to speak on his behalf. Starmer has seen... Don't know if I can say that. Starmer has seen more the lower half of them men, them boys, than a pub toilet seat. Okay. Where Starmer lives, I do not know, but apparently some Ukraine rent boys knew where he lived and got arrested for some vandalism. Exactly. Lammy is thick as mint, of course he is. Exactly, that's what I'm saying, Matthew. If you wanted to go now and harm Starmer, harmer, you wanted to go, would you know where his car was? Would you know where he was? Would you know where he lived? You wouldn't, would you? Of course you wouldn't. And the places that he does frequent in his house or whatever, why wasn't the security there? Why wasn't nobody there to protect him? Don't know. Lammy's on Mastermind TV. Classic, wasn't it? What did he say? Who follows Henry VIII, was it? Did he say? Was it something like that, Henry VIII? And Henry VII. And did he say Henry VIII? He said, who preceded Henry VII? And he said...
Oh, Henry VIII.
Oh, Henry VIII. And he said, what? Henry VII? Yeah, just asking me, fella here.
Yeah, but the 7th.
If Starmer goes, Rayner will probably take the seat. What do you think about that, then? Do you think we'd be worse off with Rayner? I don't trust any of them. I really don't trust any of them, do you? Any of them. They're all in the same trough together, aren't they? Yeah. I'm trying to look at some of your comments. So as I say, this has been my first. If you're watching and it's your first time, or you come across this on a replay, please like and subscribe and hit the bell. I have been very nervous. I'm absolutely boiling. Look at me, I'm sweating. Sweating I am. Because I'm so nervous, because I didn't know how it was gonna go. But as I said, I don't know if trial by so I'll just before I go, trial by jury, besides innocent or guilty, they can actually instruct the judge to remove or change laws, which is not well known. Really? Okay. Yeah. Why do you think they wanting to get rid of the juries then? Why do you think that they're getting rid of the juries? What could possibly go wrong? You know, think about it. I wouldn't like to just be tried by a judge, would you? I'd like to know, you know, I'd like to know at the jury to make that decision. So what is their plan? That's what I always say. It's like a chess, as I say, a chess game. You've got to think about the bigger picture, haven't you? What is the plan? Because this is all being planned. All this is being planned. And look what he's just said. We'd never heard of Fat Arse, had we? We'd never heard of him. No one would have heard of him if Starmer didn't stand up with like a Cheshire Cat and say, oh, we're highly delighted. This has been the priority since we took over to get Fat Arse back into Britain. This British Egyptian. No, he's not a British Egyptian. He's Egyptian. And he got a British passport in 2021, 22 while he was in prison. Henry VIII, ask any drug dealer. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure my father will let me know. Oh, Henry VIII came after Henry VII came after. Oh, I don't know what that means. I'm not very I don't know my history very well. Yeah. So anyway, as I say, I'm new to the channel. I'm trying to become a little bit more confident, and everyone might say, oh, you're confident on but I'm not. I'm absolutely terrified, very nervous. But you know what? Reading your comments there, you've made me laugh. As I say, if you're watching it on replay, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're watching now and you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? And I look forward. Yeah, hit the like, guys. Thank you, Grumpy. Thank you for being so supportive. The people that are on, Matthew, Marty, Grumpy, Clobber Magazine. Thank you so much. And you know what? Breathe. It hasn't been as bad as I thought it was. I'll see you all very soon. Bye. Don't know how to end this.